What's up, Waking Nation? It's me again, Aris, and I'm back for a different segment naman. Oh, I'm here to introduce our newest member of our Waking family. He's one of the best triathletes in the country, a multi-awarded in his sport, Luigi Robles. Hi Luigi, welcome to Waking.
Hi Coach, grabe naman sa introduction. Thank you for the modest intro sa akin, but I'm still learning in the sport. I don't still consider myself as one of the best, but I'm happy to inspire others in doing the sport.
Sino ba si Luigi? So tell us more about yourself.
Well, aside from being a triathlete for a couple of years already, I'm also a corporate employee. So in the industry, we call ourselves your regular age group triathlete. So age group triathlete, parang it's like an amateur athlete in the sport.
So Luigi, pag ba sinabi mong triathlon, kailangan ba professional ka? Or pwede siya for everyone?
I think the sport is for everyone. I think everyone goes to beginning stage of the sport. Everybody is a newbie when you're starting in a triathlon.
So yan, Waking Nation, narinig natin na kahit sino pwedeng mag-join ng triathlon or pwedeng maka-experience ng mga race. So hindi ibig sabihin na professional ka. Pwede mo siyang gawin as a hobby or for fun with your friends. Tama ba,
Yes.
Luigi?
Yes. Most of the people doing the sport are amateurs. They do it for the love of the sport and what it helped them in terms of their lives.
Very interesting sa akin tong topic natin, Waking Nation. Ano ba yung triathlon?
So a triathlon, it's composed of 3 sports. So you have the swim, the bike, and the run. So it's usually in that order.
When you do a full triathlon, gaano siya katagal?
It would depend ngayon sa distance of the race. So yung usual distances of a triathlon are sprint. In a sprint, it's usually around 750-meter swim, 20-kilometer bike, and then 5K run. And then Olympic, 1.5-kilometer swim, 40K bike, and then 10K run. And then yung longer distances is yung half Ironman. So that's a 1.9-kilometer swim, 90K bike, and then 21K run. And then yung longest is an Ironman distance, which is 3.8-kilometer swim, 80-kilometer
ng
bike,
mahaba, no?
and a full marathon after.
Kung kunwari, ako gusto ko mag-try, pwede ako sa sprint. Yun yung shortest.
Yes.
And then as I gain experience, pwede na ako mag-try ng different levels hanggang ma-reach ko yung full na distance ng bawat categories.
I agree. I think it's best if you could start with the
Sprint.
shorter distance first and then get the feel of it, get comfortable with it, and then pag na-enjoy mo na, yan, natural naman yan na talaga maghahanap ka na ng bigger challenge.
Totoo. Ikaw ba, Luigi, saan ka nag-start? Sa sprint kagad or dun sa...
Yes, sprint lang din. Kasi
Sprint lang
very, nabanggit mo, very intimidating yung sports. Usually kapag may open water na, you really have to prepare for it before you jump into the water kasi high risk din ang swimming, especially when you're in the open water.
Open water, yeah.
Open water, it's usually sa dagat or in a lake, anything outside the swimming pool.
Luigi, kunyari, ako marunong lang ako lumangoy. Gusto ko lang i-try event, di ba masyadong delikado sa akin? Ano yung ma-advise mo?
It's best that you do the pre-training requirement for you to join the race. Very important that you'll be able to practice already yung distance, especially in the pool before you go to the open water. So, yun yung advice ko. Have a pre-training.
Iba yung training mo sa pool, iba rin pag nasa open water ka na, whether short distance or long distance, basta may current na, iba na yung usapan na yan, di ba?
Yes.
Delikado na yan. Pwede naman, basta may proper training daw. Next, yung bike naman. Ano yung dapat na isipin muna ng Waking Nation natin na gusto mag-try?
The same. In terms of starting into a triathlon, i-cut ko lang, is you do your pre-planning talaga in all the 3 sports. You have to consider na ano yung magiging goals mo in the sport. Do you wanna be competitive? Just wanna finish it lang for fun? Or are you gonna be starting at a shorter distance? Or you wanna aim long distance kaagad? Yun yung first thing na pwede mong gawin is the pre-planning. Because you have to consider din yung mga expenses that you have to do in joining the race and preparing for the equipments. Very important yung pre-planning. But for the naman, going back to your question sa bike, I think in terms of training, yung essentials would be having a working bike.
Yun yung important dyan. Kasi kung wala kang bike, paano nga naman tayo makapag-train, Waking Nation? Anong klaseng bike?
I started with a mountain bike in training, but what you see sa mga races are usually yung mga road bike,
Road bike.
and then yung specific bike na time trial bike or triathlon bike.
The more advanced you are, more ka nang mag-i-invest sa mga equipment natin. Let's say, number 1 talaga yung bike. From road bike to
Time trial bike.
time trial bike.
But I would recommend siguro start first with a road bike. You get comfortable with it. Then tinan mo muna if this sport is for you. And then once you're committed to it talaga, yun, pwede ka
Yung
na
ano
mag-upgrade.
yung last is yung run. Anong preparation natin for running? Kasi ang daming Waking Nation na talaga nagpa-fun run or gumagawa ng 10, 15, 22 kilometers. So, ano yung difference naman niya when it comes to do triathlon?
I would say it's the same. Actually, yung iba, nag-start talaga from fun runs. And then, yun, they're looking for other challenges. They're trying to do multisport. Then from run, dinadagdag nila yung bike. Or from run, they're doing aquathlon.
So from experience talaga yun, hanggang habang na-enjoy mo, nadadagdagan yung sport. From running lang alone, nagiging swim and run, which is called aquathlon.
Yes.
And then yung isa naman, bike and
Run, duathlon.
duathlon. And then yung last is yung triathlon.
Triathlon.
Ang dami, Waking Nation. Kanina, Luigi, nasabi mo expenses, no? You have to be prepared daw, Waking Nation. Ano ba yung usual expenses?
First is yung equipment. And then yung gear. A recommendation in terms of what you'll wear, invest in a tri-suit. Kasi yung tri-suit, you can wear it during the swim. And then may padding na rin siya that you could use on the bike. And then of course, you could also use it on the run. All in one na siya. You'll wear.
Aside from the tri-suit,
Of course, at the bike, safety first, the helmet, the shades, and then for the running naman, it's the running shoes that you could also use sa bike. And then once you get used to it, yan, nag-invest na ng cycling shoes.
since this is swim, bike, run, kailangan may rubber shoes ka.
Yes.
Saan yung rubber shoes kapag magsiswim ka? Dala-dala mo na ba yun all throughout? Or
Okay. Yung nabanggit ko kanina, it's usually, di ba, I swim, a bike, and a run. So, usually sa race, may mga tinatawag na transition area. So, after you swim, iwan mo yung goggles mo, your swim cap, and then kunin mo yung bike mo, labas ka, and then you bike. And then after you bike, rock mo yung bike mo, tanggalin mo yung helmet mo, and then tanggalin mo yung cycling shoes mo, and then that's where you wear your running shoes na.
so para
merong-
to mga pit stops.
Yes. you
Ah,
can say
daming
pit stop.
terms natin, Waking Nation ah. Whew. Ano yung favorite sport mo between the three?
Running. Kasi
Running.
even nung bata, milig na akong tumakbo magpahabol ng tsinelas.
So, and then hanggang tumanda ka, na-apply mo na siya.
Yes. I went into football and then lumabo na yung mata ko. Yun na. I shifted into running. So, running na talaga yung, kumbaga, background ko coming into the sport.
And then when nag-start yung additional sport naman, let's say yung biking, ano yung una, biking or swimming?
I think bike first after the run. Kasi I was influenced into triathlon because we used to sponsor Ironman before. So when I got to see it personally, sabi ko, astig na to ah.
Naging interesting.
Cool na mga ginagawa nila. Sabi ko, gusto ko gawin to next year. So, yun.
Even before ba, marunong ka na mag-swim? You studied, you practiced swimming
Yes.
pa muna.
So I started late din in swimming. Yun lang, nung nag-decide ako na gusto ko mag-triathlon, yun na, I enrolled na into a swim class para to learn the basics.
Anong age natin nung time na nag-enroll?
20 plus.
20 plus. So Waking Nation, it's never too late. Yung mga gustong mag-try ng triathlon na hindi marunong mag-swim, sabi nga ni Luigi, 20 plus, natuto pa siya. Ngayon, one of the best athletes pa natin.
Pero ano naman yan, I agree with you that anybody can do a triathlon. Whether you're young or you're old, even some talaga late na nag-start into the sport eh. Pero they got used to the lifestyle ng sport.
Kasi Waking Nation, hindi biro yung training nila eh. You said kanina na you work in a company, right? So paano mo pinapasok yung training for triathlon?
I try to squeeze in the workouts before the office and after the office.
Beef,
So,
grabe, Waking Nation. Paano siya ginagawa?
well, ano lang, you have to commit to it talaga eh. It's like in any relationship.
Deep!
Yeah, you have to commit to it eh. If you really want to pursue yung planning mo in terms of your goals,
Diyan na papasok yung planning. So regardless kung busy ka sa trabaho, busy ka sa business, if you really wanna do it,
Yes.
talagang gagawa natin ng time, Waking Nation.
babalik ka sa why mo. Why are you doing this sport?
Ilang hours before work ang nilalaan mo for training?
Siguro ano lang naman, mga 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes.
Ano yung ginagawa mo dun sa time na yun?
It would depend on the training for the day, but usually MWFs are for swim with Coach Ronald of FitPH. In between, it's usually bike.
And then after work, ano naman yung training na ginagawa mo?
Depende again, pero usually it's a mixture of run and then bike.
Meron ka pa bang ibang additional tips para dun sa mga Waking Nation natin na gustong mag-start ng journey as a triathlete?
Okay, so kanina we discussed about yung do your planning of your goals, of your expectations sa sport. Why are you gonna be doing it? To help you align with those goals, it's best that you get an experienced coach. He or she will help you speed up yung learning curve and then lessen yung mga mistakes as a newbie triathlete. And syempre, mamamanage nyo yung expectations mo in terms of managing your schedule and then yung background mo. Kasi baka mamaya you're eyeing for this much pero ito lang din yung mabibigay mo na
Yung
commitment.
effort
Yes.
versus dun sa
Expectation
mo
Oo.
hindi nagmamatch.
Yes.
Kaya very important din talaga na mayroon tayo nag-guide, as sinabi mo nga, na kumuha tayo ng coach.
Kasi very important pa rin that you enjoy what you're doing. Kasi baka mamaya sumali ka and then ma-burnout ka kagad na grabe ganito pala yung triathlon, di ba? So, a coach will guide you on how to approach the sport and enjoy it. Yan, so plan, get an experienced coach, and then yung equipment na pag-usapan na natin kanina on ano yung mga essentials na kailangan mo. And then, number 4 is, of course, yung proper nutrition and proper hydration and supplementation. Very important yan. Kasi this is an endurance sport. Ang objective mo naman is to finish the sport. Still, you have that proper energy.
Na okay ka pa.
Yes.
Hindi yung natapos ka na parang
Oo,
wala na.
sabog ka or whatever. And then lastly is if you could get to join a triathlon group, I think that would make the journey na mas masaya. Kasi
Mas
you have
magiging interesting
Yes.
kasi hindi lang ikaw
Correct.
yung gumagawa nito, kundi ang dami natin.
Yeah, you have like-minded persons na kasama mo sa training. Of course, yung social aspect would be factored in. So, and then magiging masaya kasi maraming kantsawan.
Ikaw ba, meron ka mga groups?
Yes. For me, mas na-enjoy ko when I'm training with a group. So, I'm currently part of Next Step Try, which is headed by Coach Annie and Coach Dan Brown. So, I'm with actually some national athletes there. So, yun talaga yung nagpo-push sa akin to be better. And then sa swim, I also have yung Fit PH Swim Club. So, yan din, headed by Coach Ronald. Talagang masaya yung nagiging push namin sa swim.
Yung training, nagkakaroon ka ng ibang
Yes.
vibe. Hindi na puro pagod, pero
Yeah.
since meron kang kasama,
Yeah, it's challenging but it's also fun.
it's fine. Yun na important eh. Kasi if napipilitan ka lang to do something, tapos wala na, hindi mo siya matatapos. But since you're with a group, and then lahat kayo nag-i-enjoy, mas
Tumatagal.
higher yung chance na sabay-sabay kayong mapunta sa finish line.
Yes.
Ayan. So everyday na nagte-train ka, kasama mo sila or may days na ikaw lang?
Most of the time, actually, ano lang ako, indoor. Indoor lang ako nagte-train. So, pag sa swim lang ako, usually lumalabas and then the weekend, kapag wala nang work. Pag indoor, ako lang. Swimming, yun, kasama ko na yung
Fit PH.
Fit PH Swim Club. And then on the weekends, yan, usually may kasama ako
With the
to
group
train.
na.
Oo.
Sa resistance training, after work mo, usually ba, do you work out by yourself or with a coach or with a group?
It's a mix din. So, sometimes I work with a group sa, for SNC and then sometimes solo lang.
Since dun papasok yung strategizing, yung planning. So,
Yeah.
alam mo everyday kung ano yung dapat mong gawin, ano dapat mong kainin, ano
Yes.
dapat yung preparation mo on a day-to-day basis.
Correct. Doon papasok yung planning para medyo i-limit mo na yung ano pa yung kailangan mong isipin in terms of how to prepare
So,
sa
hindi lang
training.
bara-bara. Dapat talaga
Yes.
planning.
Para ma-maximize mo yung time mo.
So, Waking Nation, if you think na nai-inspire tayo dun sa routine ni Luigi, then pwede nating i-try yung pagiging triathlete. Mawawala. May enjoy mo pa, at least na-explore mo yung different sports out there.
Anybody can do it. Anything is possible.
Gawin natin motivation yan. So there you go, Waking Nation. I hope marami tayong natutunan ngayon sa bago nating member na si Luigi. So if you have questions, don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, and yung notification bell na yan, very important para maging updated tayo sa mga post ng Waking. So baka, Luigi, may gusto ka i-shoutout.
Hello sa mga friends natin dyan sa Tri community, sa coaches ko, Coach Annie, Coach Ronald, and yung mga friends natin, of course, and my girlfriend, Sai.
Ako rin, shoutout shoutout sa mga love kong Waking Nation.
Yeah.
So that's it, Waking Nation. See you on our next video. Peace out.